The frustrating part about a fatal five-way is that it's an odd number of competitors, so inevitably people are going to be the odd man out trying to interrupt pinfall submission attempts. It's pretty annoying, so what you can do right off the bat is just focus on getting your MFP. So I just like to bail out of the ring ASAP and then do my crowd and opponent taunt. Boom, there's 30 MFP right there. Now Stephanie Vaquer being a technician specialist, that means that you need to do red limb damage on either the arms or the legs, or both if you don't want to do a signature and a finisher, but I like to focus on the arms just because it's a really quick circle and then square attempt to get a move in real quick, and that's B and X on the Xbox controller while you're targeting a downed opponent's limbs, and it's pretty quick to get them on red damage with Steph, so I like to just kind of pick anybody. I'm going to go with Stephanie Vaquer here. I'm going to throw her to the outside of the ring and then just start wailing away out there. This serves two purposes. One, you isolate an opponent so you can beat them up uninterrupted, but also if you're worried about pinfall attempts in the ring because you have an odd number of competitors in there, you are pretty safe to have somebody breaking up pinfalls, so you don't have to worry about that. Not that one would be successful, but with 3 finishers, you just never know, including super finishers for some superstars, so just be a little mindful of that. But you do need to get 5 reversals in as a technician, and that'll just come organically when you're fighting the computer. 5 is not much. The computer's going to try to throw you into the ring any chance they get, so if you just spam circle on the PlayStation or B on the Xbox anytime you get grappled, you will successfully counter that Irish whip, and that will count towards your 5 reversals needed. But yes, the name of the game is very simple. I'm just going to keep spamming circle and then square because I'm on the PlayStation. And I do have quite a bit of stick drift, so occasionally I accidentally target the head. I need to get a new controller, I know that, but $90 for a new controller is just kind of a tough pill to swallow. I'm going to have to do it, though, eventually. I know that, because it's just going to straight up give out. And I'm not going to be able to even kick out of pinfalls at some point, which, when it gets to that point, yes, I will buy a new controller. But you see, I'm pretty easy going here. I got her on red limb damage, and now we have to hit our signature and finisher, but I'm just going to bait her into throwing me into the ring first so that I can get that 5th reversal out of the way, so that I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the match. Boom, there we go. Now a signature and a finisher, and we're out of here, but not so fast. We have 5 competitors. It's going to be annoying trying to get the pinfall, but my advice is just go for a pinfall any chance you get. And even if there's competitors in the ring, still go for a pinfall. Because you never know in 2K how long an animation's going to be, if somebody's going to initiate a wake-up taunt and then be locked out of being able to interrupt your pinfall. Maybe they just can't quite get to you in the ring because there's bodies laying on the ground, or maybe there's a weapon in the ring because there are no disqualifications in this match. So Stephanie Vaquer actually, if you grapple an opponent with circle and then hit down and X, she has this nice German suplex pinning combination that I just like to spam and try to get pinfalls that way. Once every opponent has been beaten up quite well, and what I mean by that is, you know, orange, red limb damage, they got their comeback resiliency out of the way to get a free kick out, all that stuff. You can just keep spamming that move and see if you get lucky that way. Otherwise, strong Irish whips to the outside of the ring. Just be mindful of other superstars using their finishers and signatures. Sometimes you can throw somebody out of the ring that just used their finisher and then try to capitalize that way, just like they do on TV. You know, that's not a real new strategy, but other than that, yes, that's how you get your 90 MFP ASAP, and then you just have to keep trying with your pin attempts. But keep trying, guys, because this challenge is not too bad. It could have been a lot worse. I know it's intimidating at first seeing all those finishers, and typically when I face an opponent with a bunch of finishers, I like to get them to use them right away. I bait them into using their finishers so that I can boost my own momentum. But in a match like this, you're better off just throwing somebody to the outside of the ring like we did at the beginning of this video while they all use their finishers on each other. I like to do that. You weaken the herd, and then you can come pick the bones once you have all your MFP and all your finishers and signatures stored up. So that's my strategy for this, and you do have to pick your spots, of course. We see Raquel Rodriguez here about to go ham, I think, on Roxanne Perez. I'm on the outside of the ring. I'm ready to come pick the bones. You see Zelina Vega and Eve Torres are on the outside of the ring. They're kind of doing their own thing here, so I'm you got to be very vigilant, and I'm watching everything, and I'm making note of when they're in animation so that I know when to capitalize here. I'm going to go ahead and hit a finisher here, and maybe try to go for a pinfall. I see Zelina Vega is going for a, wake up taunt right here, so I'm thinking maybe I can pull it off. Oh, just barely. I think we caught some collateral damage there, but that's okay. Now everybody's in the ring going ham again, so I'm just going to do the same thing, eat defeat. I always try to go for a pinfall any chance I get because you never know what's going to happen. At this point, I see Zelina Vega stunned, so I'm going to throw Roxanne Perez into the turnbuckle and steal that pinfall victory. Everybody's tied up doing their own thing. Either they're on the ground or Zelina Vega's stuck trying to get up in the ring. So like I said, there is a little bit of luck involved with a 5-man match, but you can do things to enhance your chances, like just being hyper aware of everybody's animations, its stun status, things like that. So if this video was helpful to you guys, let me know. Leave a like, a comment, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys next week where we do the final stage of the Stephanie Vaquer Superstar of the Month Challenge. Take care, guys. Peace.